Ask Emma. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Emma Chasin, and today we are going to be answering the question of why should we consume CBD and THC together? This is a great question. A lot of people, especially with the rise in popularity of CBD, are looking for just CBD. They don't want any THC. From what I've seen, there's still quite a level of intimidation and fear around THC, and people now believe that you can consume just straight up isolated CBD and get all of the medicinal benefits that you would from a mixed ratio, from CBD with a little bit of THC. That is unfortunately not true. CBD and THC do work much better together. And we can look to one of their specific physiological mechanisms to determine why. So there are CB1 receptors in our brain. CB1 receptors are a type of endocannabinoid receptor. They exist primarily in our brain, and when engaged, they signal for a variety of physiological responses. This can be an anti-inflammatory, an analgesic or pain-relieving response, an anti-anxiety response, many different types of physiological responses. When THC enters into our brain, it binds to the main binding site on the CB1 receptor. So it goes in there like a key and helps to turn the lock of the receptor, mediating a variety of different signaling pathways, including anti-anxiety, pain relieving, as well as psychotropic activity that generates the high that we all know from THC. Now, when THC goes in like a key and turns the lock of the CB1 receptor, it opens up a secondary binding site on that same receptor where CBD can bind to. Now, when THC is not present and it's not bound to that main binding site, CBD cannot bind to our CB1 receptor. CBD needs THC to bind to the main binding site to unlock the secondary binding site on the same receptor for CBD to come in and bind. When CBD and THC are bound together to that same receptor, it helps to amplify your medicinal signaling pathways, meaning that it amplifies the likelihood that you will experience relief from pain, anxiety, inflammation, while at the same time shunting or decreasing the signaling pathways that contribute to psychotropic activity or the high. And along with that, decreasing any of the unwanted or uncomfortable side effects associated with psychotropic activity, such as anxiety, elevated heart rate, and paranoia. In this way, CBD and THC together can produce a much better medicinal experience without any of those uncomfortable effects from just THC. Again, when CBD is on its own as an isolate, it cannot effectively engage the CB1 receptor. It hits many other targets in the body. It's actually quite a promiscuous compound, and so it can bind to many other receptors and interact with many other enzymes to initiate a signaling pathway. It's not to say that CBD alone won't cause a positive effect or response, but it is to say that CBD in combination with THC definitely increases the potential for a more medically efficacious experience. And that is all for this segment of Ask Emma. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have a cannabis question that you would like me to answer on air, hit me up. My Instagram handle is @echasin. Send me a message, and the next time, the cannabis question that I answer could be yours.